starts now.
Possibly the youngest murder suspect in Omaha history, a 12-year-old boy who most recently had been in elementary school, admits to his role in a killing. Good evening, I'm Craig DeGrelli.
And I'm Jennifer Griswold. Today we're learning more details about the crime and the case. Senior reporter Jake Wazakowski was the only TV reporter at today's hearing. He has the latest. Jake?
Jen and Craig, the prosecution actually amended the charge from first-degree murder to conspiracy. The 12-year-old admitted that he was there and had a weapon when Jamymell Ray was shot and killed. Standing no more than 4 feet tall in shackles, the 12-year-old boy involved in the Miller Park murder tells a Douglas County juvenile judge he was there with a gun to rob Jamymell Ray and Charles Fisher at the park. The suspect admits to use of a firearm and a lesser charge of criminal conspiracy. June 29, prosecutors say the boy, then 17-year-old Jamar Milton and 15-year-old Shantavius Primes Willis, called the men because they wanted to buy a small amount of marijuana. The plan was to rob them. When the men showed up, all 3 boys allegedly had guns and one shoots. Ray died at the hospital and Fisher has recovered from his injuries.
You know, the evidence shows us that he was not the shooter, but certainly he was there with these individuals. They agreed to commit this robbery, and the robbery led to the death of this individual.
The defense asked for the 12-year-old to be allowed to live with his mother. The judge ordered him to an open-ended probation and to be placed at a group home given his background with gangs and the severity of the crime. A probation officer said they've contacted Clarinda Academy in Iowa, which wouldn't take him. They're waiting to hear from Boys Town, Jefferson House in Fremont, and Canyon State Academy in Arizona. Prosecutors want him to get rehabilitation, but also want him to have no contact with his gang.
We think that him being as far away from the links that he has to gangs or the gang that he was in or the people he was participating in this crime with, the better. And we want this to be successful. We want this to work, and so we want him as far away from that as we can.
They'll now wait to hear from those group homes as to who will take the 12-year-old. Klein says he could actually move from a more secure facility to a less secure one during that time that he's at one of those homes, but ultimately the court can only keep him at a group home until the age of 19 years old. Neither his family nor his attorney would go on camera after court. Reporting live outside the Douglas County Courthouse in downtown Omaha, Jake Wazakowski, KMTV Action 3 News.
Regardless of the nature of the crime, Nebraska law limits what prosecutors can do with young suspects. In this case, prosecutors initially said they were charging the 12-year-old as an adult. They say that was needed to get a court order to bring him back to Omaha. But under state law, no one under the age of 14 can be prosecuted as an adult.
Right now, prosecutors have charged the other teenagers accused in the shooting as adults. Jamar Milton, the 12-year-old's brother, is now 18. The other suspect, Shantavius Willis, will have a juvenile transfer hearing next month. Today in court, the prosecutor said investigators believe the 15-year-old Willis fired the shot that killed Jamymell Ray. New at 5.